Shalom. I want to start by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kodash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Alright. I want to give up, all praise to the Most High, Yahweh, in the name of His Son, Yahushai, for giving me the spirit to do this lesson. Okay. This is Brother Zakaria from the GMS Guyana Camp. Here with another lesson. Alright. This one gonna be short and to the point. Alright. And it's gonna be solely based on the word church. Alright. Because the church is a simple concept, you could say, alright, that a lot of people misunderstand. Alright. So through the spirit, go into the scriptures, alright, and break it down. Alright. So this is Matthew 16 and 18. It says, "And I say also unto thee that thou art Peter, and upon this rock will I build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it." I says this pretty much the Lord speaking out to Peter. Alright? Letting him know that he would have been the top apostle. Alright? So let's go into the word church right here. Right? See what it means. It says, a gathering of citizens called out from their homes into some public place, an assembly. Okay? Definition A, it says, an assembly of the people convened at a public place of the council for the purpose of deliberating. Alright. Now let's see, let's get an example of that public place. Alright. This is Proverbs 8 and 1. It says, "Doth not wisdom cry, and understanding put forth her voice? She standeth in the top of high places, by the ways, in the places of the path. She crieth at the gates, at the entry of the city, at the coming in at the doors." Alright? Because the prophets and the men of the Lord, they always taught, in public places. Alright? In a place whereby everybody could get His word. Okay? And sometimes it look crazy, but it's the most High will. Alright, so what are you gonna do? Gotta do the works, Alright. And let's get another example. Still in Proverbs 1 and 20. It says, "Wisdom cried without, she uttereth her voice in the streets." You see? She cried in the chief place of concourse. Alright, yeah, where people is going up and down. Alright, like the brothers in London, they used to preach on Oxford Street. Alright? If I am mistaken, it's like one of the busiest streets in Europe. You see? There's a chief place of concourse. Alright? You got all types of people from all walk of life, passing there. Alright? Just like the apostles in New York. Alright? When they used to be on 34th and 7th. Alright? That was a very busy location. Okay? Even the brothers down here in Guyana, some of the places that we preach is the busiest places in Guyana. See? And there's where this word is supposed to be coming out. Alright? In public places where anybody could get His word. Alright? not in a fancy church, you know. We gotta get membership and all these stuff. If it's not a member, you gotta sit at the back, stuff like that. Just don't make any sense. All right. Let's further prove that in the scriptures. All right. Acts 7:48 it says, "Albeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands, as said the prophet." All right. Yeah, because why? We just read Proverbs. Solomon was a prophet. He said, "Wisdom cried in the chief places of concourse." Okay? Out in these streets. All right? Still in the book of Acts 17 and 24. It says, "The Most High made the world and all the things therein, seeing that He is Yahweh of heaven, or Lord of heaven and earth, dwelleth not in temples made with hands." Alright? So the Most High is not in these temples. No sort of temple made with hand. Alright? Whether it's a Christian church, whether it's a mosque, whatever you want to call it. A synagogue, a Masonic hall, whatever it is, the Most High is not in those places. Alright? Truth cannot be found in those places. Truth can only be found on the streets. Okay? Alright, now let's get some more on the definition of the word church. It says, definition 1b, the assembly of the Israelites. And there's another thing, with these churches, they got all sort of people going up in these churches. Alright? There's confusion. Let's show the Most High in dealing with them. Alright, because this word is only for Israel, believe it or not. You see? And the scripture actually call those those churches, those so-called churches, alright, whorehouses, okay? Because why? They're committing spiritual adultery, okay? Spiritual prostitution, alright? We can get in a little bit. Continuing on the definition, it says, any gathering, you see, any gathering, the place of a church could be anywhere, alright? It doesn't have to set to be at one location, okay? Because, when we bring this word out, sometimes, always when we doing the works, when we preaching, we preach at an open spot. But sometimes when we doing classes, all right, in different camps have different classes, they might keep it by a brother, sometime at a restaurant, whatever. At the back of a supermarket, again, nice out spot, at the mall, whatever, Where 2 or 3 is gathered in my name, there am I in the midst. Alright? That's the true church. You see? Yeah, it says any gathering or strong of men assembled by chance tumultuously. Yeah, because this actually highlights a few things, alright? Because when you go into these Christian churches, and all these other churches, they got all sort of people going up and preach and what's not, even women, alright? Women is not meant to be teaching preaching this word, as a bishop. All right. Okay, let me repeat that. All right, women are not supposed to be teaching this word as a bishop. Okay, as a pastor over the flock. All right, she should teach the other women. If she is a woman of uprightness, she should teach the other women how to be upright. You know, namely the younger women. All right. You know, and those are role really in the church. And to help the saints out in whatever way she could. All right. Yeah, and it says tumultuously. All right, because why? The scripture say Yahushua was a man uh, associated with riots, if I'm not mistaken. All right, because and even down here, whenever we bring out this word, there's always something kicking off. All right, them demons just start kicking up, and it just start some altercation. All right. All right, but there's this and that. Okay, but I just want to touch on some. Yeah, because the scripture called these so-called churches whorehouses. All right. Well, let me read it right now. This is Ezekiel 16:24. It says, "Thou was built unto thee an eminent place, and has made thee an high place on every street." All right, and believe it or not, this scripture is talking about the so-called place of worship. All right, the so-called place of religious worship. All right, because at the end of every street there is either a Christian church, a mosque. All right, these religions that Jake's really into. All right, especially the so-called Christian church. Okay, because right now where I stand, okay, at the street that is at the back of me, there is one church. On the street that is in the front of me, there's what one church also. All right, and then up the road you got another church. It's pretty much a church on every street. You see, it says, "Thou hast built thy high place at every head of the way, and hast made thy beauty to be abhorred, and hast opened thy feet to every one that passes by, and multiply thy whoredoms." All right, because now you got all sort of different teachings. All right, in these places. All right, and you got all sort of nation, going up into these churches. Yeah, because you got 7 days, you got Jehovah wickedness, you got Pentecostal apocalypse, a set of nonsense. All right, and it says here, all right, thou hast caused thy beauty to be abhorred. All right, yeah, because you're not supposed to be, too buddy with these other nation. All right, because why? The script is saying, don't cast your pearl on swine's back. All right, so now by they doing this, they're causing 2/3 of our people hanging out with these other nation. They're causing our beauty to be abhorred, because these people are supposed to look at us as gods. You see, because the scriptures say that The children of Israel are gods. All right. Right. Yeah, it says, "Thou hast opened thy feet to everyone that passes by, and multiply thy whoredoms." Verse 26, "Thou hast also committed fornication with the Egyptians, thy neighbor, greater flesh, and has increased thy whoredoms to provoke me to anger." Right? And this is talking about spiritual whoredoms. Okay? Going with these other doctrines, and basically going away from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Alright? Jeremiah 5 and 7 says, "How shall I pardon thee for this? Thy children have forsaken me, and sworn by them that are no gods." Right? Yeah, because now our people calling upon newly gods that came newly up. Right? You see, like it says in Deuteronomy. Right? You know, anytime there's a new religion, Jake's gonna be there. See? It says, "And swore by them that are no gods, when I had fed them to full, they then committed adultery." Right? Yes, spiritual adultery. Right? And assembled themselves by troops in harlot houses. Alright? And that harlot house is talking about a spiritual harlot house. Alright? These are so-called religious, centers. Alright? You got your Christian churches, you got your mosque, you got your Hindu temple, whatever it is. Alright? Your Masonic temple, like a lot of jigs is into the Masonic shit, Masonic crap, bro. All right, that's the harlot houses that it's talking about. It's not talking about literal, harlot houses. All right, but hopefully this was edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Again, I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And shalom to the oath elect that is pushing this word. Shalom.